John, when he first started in the business at Capital Federal, is he didn't start at the top. He started down on the ground floor and worked his way up, and his dad was responsible for doing that for him and getting him to know the business from the bottom up. All those jobs are important, and John knows the importance of all those jobs, which is why I think John's been successful in his business world and bringing Capital Federal to another level. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. John was raised to be the person that he is by his mom and dad. Part of learning from his dad was that his dad surrounded himself with good people, so John followed those skills and has done that throughout his business life. A lot of John's legacy is being an integral part of bringing Capital Federal public and growing the institution from a regional banking firm into a nationwide piece of people knowing who they are and what they stand for.
He served right now, I think, as vice chairman of the Federal Reserve Advisory Council in Washington, D.C. He was chairman of our organization twice. The second time around during the transition after I retired, I asked John if he would do it again, and he said yes. I think that the interesting part about it is with the size of Cap Federal, they're still a Kansas-based organization. Now, I grant you, they've got some offices in Missouri, but what's overlooked is the fact that, for the most part, if you have a mortgage with Cap Federal, it stays with Capital Federal. It's not passed off to somebody in New York. It doesn't go somewhere else. It stays here.
If you call his phone number at work, he answers his own phone. And I think in today's society, that's kind of a rare feature of an individual. And I think it speaks to John's character and his nature, that this really is a community company.
It's rare that the CEO of the largest financial institution in an organization is also the most popular. But that was true in our organization. And other members of our board and others were delighted when John was around. This is his community. This is where his bank is, and this is where he lives. And so this is where his commitment is. Jack set a pace. John followed it to involve in the community commitment, and I think that's one of the things that we've always applauded. It's a strong family legacy.
I think John has been more active in the community than maybe the other two of us. Very much involved in the United Way, serving both as campaign chair and president of the Greater Topeka United Way. Did the same thing with the Chamber of Commerce.
If it's a Topeka-based organization and they've asked for John's support, he's generally given that, whether it's Topeka Civic Theater, whether or not it's TPAC. You can have that list and you're going to see a Capital Federal footprint that probably, if you look real close, John's behind that.
I think John would be probably most proud of what the work that the foundation itself has done and what it means to the various communities, which is mostly statewide.
The foundation that we created was an opportunity that became available in the regulations in the late 90s, and I think kind of helped John finalize our decision to go public, and John took a great interest in what we could accomplish with the foundation. We have some very successful projects that I think we've wanted to be involved with within the community, and very pleased with the progress we've made.
The Christmas Bureau support that they give, they have people that are committed to work on Habitat for Humanity, and John supports all those things because they are a part of the community.
Not only did John play an important role in getting the natatorium started and completed, but he still takes an active interest. And back in January, I went there to watch a competitive meet there, and who should be the marshal of the swimming meet was John. He was still active in that, and Brenda, in fact, was there, and she was a timer on lane 3. It has become an excellent addition to Hummer Park and plays a very important role in athletics for all of the Topeka high schools. As far as Washburn is concerned, we got very much involved with them early on. We funded the Living Learning Center there in the center of the Washburn University, the athletic training facility, which is brand new and I think is kind of the state of the art, also in the remodeling of Stouffer Hall.
Well, you know, the one thing that John and I have talked about over the years is that how important the little things are to him. And one of the things is talking about just the little things of following what his daughters have been involved in.
I know he spends a lot of time with Ellen in New York. Emily and Laura are swimming, and he's following them, and I know he really enjoys that aspect of his life.
I think back, I'm old enough to remember when John was a middle school and high school basketball player. He's pretty good. But really what he's good at is playing golf. And I'm going to tell you, if you go play golf with him, make sure you get strokes, because John's a good athlete, good golfer.
You know, he likes to compete, and he likes to let you know that he likes to compete, and that's a good quality, I think.
John desires to be a winner, and he wants to be a winner in everything he does, and the only thing he hasn't accomplished, Brenda already has, and that's having a hole-in-one in golf at one of the Broadmoor courses a few years ago. So she can kind of hold that over him. You'll probably get that hole-in-one one of these days.
He's been able to balance out who he is as chairman of the largest financial institution, with being a father, with being a husband, and with being a friend. I count him as a very close friend, and I've always viewed that relationship as very important.
There are lots of options when it comes to banking,
Easy to get lost in all those choices.
but one bank has the roots to provide the banking strength you need. I'm Jack Dicus, Chairman Emeritus.
And I'm John Dicus, Chairman and President. One bank has weathered the storm, standing strong and secure.
Giving you security and safety when you need it most.
A true blue story of integrity, strength, and security. Capital Federal.